Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to entertain my kids without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids started using it right away and haven't stopped since. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more at no screens or ads. Now through December 1st, Yoto is having its biggest sale of the year. Check out yotoplay.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
So today's episode's a bit different, Vic.
It is a bit, isn't it, Hamish?
We are both wearing clothes.
Yes, we're wearing clothes,
for
for once.
First time in 8 seasons.
Yeah. But you are wearing clothes, but you still have parts of your body exposed to me. It's not your penis.
Just the penis. I'm wearing a 3-piece suit, but just the penis is winking at you.
Yeah, it did wink at me, actually. No, it's the toes.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the
which
toes.
has caused some offence.
Yeah, it's very offensive. I don't mind feet, but those I have a problem with.
Yes. Well, this is the first episode that we've ever recorded. I thought I would get my good toes out.
Yes, recorded with video.
With film.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not that bad a podcast. And Vic has taken offence at these toes.
Yeah, you shouldn't come to something so professional as this situation that we're in right now and expose those plates of meat to the general public.
See, I feel the same about your face. If you wear balaclavas more often, I would feel more comfortable.
True. We do both have good faces for radio. We say that a lot. And here we are with cameras in our faces, actually this being filmed. That's why I've worn nice earrings, can you see?
Yeah.
I'm like a Christmas tree, which is quite plain and very average looking.
Sure.
But then I've put baubles and decorated my body in different ways. One of those is makeup and earrings. Yours is obviously those hideous shoes.
Yeah, I draw people's attention to my feet to bring it away from my face.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah. So, look at my nice earrings. Don't look at the middle-aged face.
The disaster of a face.
We love ourselves, really. Funnily enough, Hamish,
Go on.
Today's episode is about confidence, which you are taking away from me right now, rather dramatically.
And you are me.
Yeah. We're just here to destroy each other and then build each other back up and hope for the best, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. But I was thinking today, right, I find it really, really hard. It's something that's been coming up a lot recently, but I find it hard, not including you, to be around shy people.
Why is that?
I find it difficult when a group of people are together and a lot of them are sort of introverted. I find it makes me introverted as well.
But I think this is a good thing. I think you, like me, are a chameleon. So you sort of take on the personalities of the people that you're hanging around with.
True.
Chameleon is like a less sexy way of saying you're an empath, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I am an empath. I soak up the emotions of a room when I walk into it. It could be ADHD. It could be something like, what those people do? People that can remember their entire lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
You keep talking about
Sociopaths.
these people.
Yeah, because they savants.
You watched a documentary.
I did.
once.
I've watched one documentary once in my life, and it was that one. Well, I just find it interesting that when I walk into a room, I'm conscious of what everybody's doing. Like recently I was at a restaurant and all my kids were moving their chairs around and it was really, really noisy. And I could see other people looking at us and it makes me feel really uncomfortable to think that I've offended someone. Yeah. So then I'm, oh, sorry. So I'm apologising to people I don't know all the time. I'm just very, very conscious about how other people feel about me, basically.
So are you saying on an episode of Sober Awkward, you've written a whole episode about hating shy people? Because that could get you cancelled. I don't think that is a valid episode.
Well, it's sort of about that. It's about me being an empath and taking on the feelings of others and losing my confidence. Funnily enough, Haim, when I'm around you, I get more of a sense of kind of like numbness and sadness and despair. Just your sort of ambience, your sort of aura gives me a feeling of dread. Actually.
I have that ability. I'm like a black hole.
You are.
All fun comes into me and then just dissipates. And you're just left feeling empty and alone.
Yeah, I do. I feel empty and alone when I'm around you.
Imagine how my wife feels.
Yeah, poor thing. Poor Liz. Terrible. Yeah, so it sort of is about sort of hating shy people, which of course I don't. I'm not going to go down that road. But I'm going to deliver this message in a bit of a softer way, Haim.
So this is going to be another one of your selfish episodes where you research something that you are feeling in the hope that someone else out there is feeling it too. And then you find out why you feel like that. You get some stats about it, do a little bit of research, see a therapist, then cry into a pillow a few times a week.
Sort of, Hamish.
See, I see this as selfish.
Yeah.
I think this is my time as well as yours. You are on the clock and yet you are just doing work for yourself.
Yeah, well, deal with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So today's episode is about confidence. Hamish knows I tend to get a bit nervous talking in front of people. I can be a bit shy and a bit timid and sometimes lack confidence in certain areas, like public speaking, for example, exactly what we're actually doing right now in front of each other. I do get nervous in front of you, Hamish. You make me very nervous.
Yes, nervous and feelings of dread.
It's not about hating shy people, but I am going to be the devil's advocate here and say, you know, because it's something I myself want to change. Mm-hmm. So this is, you're right. This is going to be all about me and everything about me and what I'm going to do in the future and the past. And it's going to be all based around my own personality moving forward, Hamish. What do you think?
Sounds like you're making a promise to yourself that you may or may not be able to keep. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it's true.
I think confidence is something that depends on the person, the environment and individual situations.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a cheesy film quote or if you read it somewhere or if I read it somewhere. It sounds like something that Bruce Lee would say.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Bruce Lee film, but I have seen posters with quotes of his.
Yeah.
Self-confidence is the art of self-love and belief in your power.
Okay, yeah, I do love a good Bruce Lee quote. I can't believe you've never seen a Bruce Lee movie. That's disappointing. It's not self-love, Hamish, because I know what you're referring to there.
No, you don't.
It's like a hand job, isn't it?
No.
Is this another Wank Bank episode?
This isn't another Wank Bank episode, but if you have missed that one, do go back and listen to it.
Yeah. No, today's episode is about confidence, not Wank Bank. We're wondering whether confidence is the reason why we drank in the first place. If we lacked confidence as a kid, are we statistically more likely to have a problem? And does confidence come back once we're sober? And what does it feel like once it does? Is it perhaps the key to a long, happy, sober life, Hamish? By the way, when we were talking about those feet earlier, you reminded me, have you still got those pictures of my mum's feet that you had?
What? No, I don't know what you're talking about. What seems to be the opposite problem? No, nothing to see here. No, I do not have any photos of your mum's feet in my wallet right now over there.
Can I have them back, please?
No, those are mine. Those are my special little feet photos.
I don't know if you remember that we recently did an episode and my mum's feet did come up rather a lot, didn't they?
I don't know why they came up.
I think we were talking about her little toes being squashed into her shoes.
Yes.
And wearing high heels, which is why now she has these kind of funny little squashed... I say funny little squash like that's endearing. They are not endearing at all.
I've always felt very comfortable around your mum until that episode comes out, and now that I know that she thinks that I'm staring at her feet masturbating.
Right. Well, funnily enough, it's going to be another toes episode, isn't it? Because we've started with your horrible plates of meat here.
Thank you.
that are like child hands. And now we're going on to my mum's toes. I'll bring out mine in a minute and then we'll have a big proper freak show.
Keep them under that.
Keep them under the
weird
shoe.
white shoes.
Yeah.
So what is confidence? Confidence is a belief in oneself, the conviction that one has the ability to meet life's challenges and to succeed, and the willingness to act accordingly. Being confident requires a realistic sense of one's capabilities and feeling secure in that knowledge.
Did you just come up with that, did you?
Yeah, I just rattle that off. I'm just like a walking encyclopedia.
You are so clever, Hamish. Also, projecting confidence helps people gain credibility, make a strong first impression, deal with pressure, and tackle personal and professional challenges. It's also an attractive trait, as confidence helps us put others at ease. Interesting. I feel like, Haim, you are a very confident guy. You step into every situation, no matter what, learning that this is going to be fun. Like, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to learn something out of it. You always step into everything with a level of confidence, and it's really lovely to watch. In fact, I feel that so much. I told you about this the other day. I chose you as a person that inspires me in a recent therapy session, because you know I love a bit of therapy, Haim. I was telling the lovely lady about how I dread big events, feel judged and feel like I want to step into my confidence and into my power a bit more nowadays. Because obviously this is what we do, and we have to show up at events and things and talks in front of people nowadays. And I do find that really, really hard, and I don't know how to do it. So I did use you as a person of choice that I look up to, Hamish.
Honestly, the day that you told me that was one of the greatest compliments I've ever been given.
Right.
I don't know why. I think maybe coming from you, I see it as someone who is confident and good at public speaking.
Right.
Even though you don't think you are, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Okay.
Like the idea of you talking about me to your therapist as someone you want to emulate was almost too much for me to deal with.
Well, the reason it come up was because I was so I didn't tell you the rest of the session.
Oh, sure, okay. He
Everything
is
else.
a terrible human, but my God, is he okay at going into
that's
the
the
situation?
one thing he's good at. So in that, it was actually a hypnotherapy session, Hamish. So we sat down and we counted down and I relaxed. And actually, I'm really susceptible to hypnotherapy, she said. I was like out like a light.
Okay.
And she talks you through things when you're kind of in this more sort of passive state. And the things that bubble up into your brain, it's like probably when you do breath work, certain feelings that you didn't even know were sitting dormant in you sort of bubble up to the surface, and you can join the dots together and work out where you're going wrong. And so she asked me to picture somebody, and I pictured you, and it was a bit weird. She said, "What do you picture him doing?" And it was you standing over me with like a golden light. You were kind of in a golden door. It wasn't coming from your arsehole.
A halo coming out my bum hole.
I think about that a lot. It wasn't that. But I just imagine you pass. It sounds rude now. It's like a golden passage. It does sound
Golden
like a
shower,
bum hole.
yeah.
The golden shower of love was upon me. No, and you were just standing there. It just sounds odd. You were putting your power into me. You were standing over me within a golden light, and I felt some of your presence.
Okay.
I didn't feel your Christmas presents, but I felt your presence, and I felt powerful afterwards. And she said, "You've got to take a bit of that wherever you go from now on. Take a bit of what you've learnt from Hamish and go and step into his shoes occasionally." So now when I speak, I think about you, and I go, "How would Hamish deal with that?" It's a bit like that $1 million mindset.
Yes.
Like, am I going to get $1 million at the end of this speech? Would I do it? Of course you're going to get up there and do it. So it's in me to do it. And I see you do it, so therefore I'm going to take a little piece of those things that give me confidence and use them in the moment. So that's what I learnt.
And were you worried that I might have lost some of my power during that therapy session? What time was that therapy session?
It was at 3:15 on a Friday afternoon.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, did I take some power off you? I see.
I might have been having.
I don't know if it works like that, though.
I might have been having a weak moment with the photos of your mum. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh my God, this episode is too much already, Hamish. What are we talking about? Yeah, so I've diminished some of your power. So now you're going to have to go to therapy to learn to be confident, because I've actually stolen some of yours.
Yes.
Sorry about that. So I often wonder, Hamish, like, you are such a confidence chap. There's going to be reasons for it, right? Do you think?
Maybe.
Okay. So why are you this way? Let's take a step back in time. Before booze was even on the scene, were you a confident child?
Okay, so I think that the root of this was in the fact that I was a younger sibling, like you, a younger sibling.
Yep.
And typically, younger siblings are show-offs.
Yep.
I think for some reason we attribute being a show-off as a child as being a confident child. Show-off kind of has a negative connotation. Confident is a positive thing. I was certainly a show-off.
Yeah.
which I guess is confident.
I guess so, yep.
Shy kids are not necessarily confident, I suppose. So I definitely sort of got a buzz off being loud. I was a loud kid. I was naked quite often, as you know. I've carried that into my adult life. I was the class clown.
Did you have a child lamb-kini or mankini?
No, I was just
naked.
Just naked.
Full naked, okay.
Just naked, much older than it's like cute to be naked.
Oh,
you know, you can get away with like,
awkward naked.
He's 5 and he runs around the supermarket naked. That's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
When you're 11, it's
Okay,
like,
not cool.
someone lock that child up.
Yeah.
That was me.
Okay, that's odd.
I think also part of it was the fact that my parents threw me into everything.
Right.
So I played all the sports, I was doing all the activities, I played the piano and then the drums and the trumpet and the bagpipes, I did judo, I did swim classes.
Wait. Bagpipes.
Have you never known this about me?
No.
How long have we known each other?
Not long enough.
Bagpipes.
God, what the hell?
Well, I think no, this is actually quite deep. I think I began playing the bagpipes because I knew it would make my dad happy because he's Scottish and he used to play the bagpipes in the army.
Right.
So when I got them, then he got back into them. I thought maybe that would be like a cool parent thing to connect over.
I took ecstasy because I was a people pleaser. You learnt to play the bagpipes.
We're not totally the same, I guess. But yeah, I loved performing. So I was doing all the school orchestras and the plays. I got a real kick off like reading, doing like the church readings at mass in the beginning, like in the mornings at school.
Very different,
I really enjoyed that.
Right.
I remember like really analysing why other people were good or bad at that. From a young age, you know, you're reading something boring like Mark's Gospel. No offence to Saint Mark. And you're going, yeah, he wasn't very good at it. Why? And I remember thinking, like, I was 10 thinking that, which I guess is quite unusual. And actually, funnily enough, this weekend I heard the term generalist. Somebody said, hey, maybe you're a generalist. I'm a little bit good at lots of things. I'm not a specialist. There's generalists and there's specialists. I'm not excellent at any of those things. I got like an all-rounder scholarship to school because I was okay at lots of things. And I think maybe one of the benefits of being a generalist is that it can bring with it confidence. I feel as if I could hold my own in a conversation on a variety of topics or in a variety of sports and a variety of sort of musical environments. I was always okay, and I think that brings with it confidence.
Do you think that's something to do with changing schools? I know I changed schools a couple of times as a kid. I went to a really rough comprehensive and then I went to a really posh private school, and it meant that I was able to blend in with all different types of people. I had an interest in all different types of people, and I wasn't very judgmental, and I think that gave me a confidence because I felt like I can step into anything and be who I am, and sort of, as you say, like a chameleon, and get on with everybody. Yeah. I think that is to do with confidence as well. And I think actually changing schools for me a couple of times as a youngster helped boost my confidence because I knew I had to go in there and show the best version of myself very quickly to be able to make friends.
I was the same. I started at a rougher school and then I went to a posh school.
Yeah.
So I think maybe an element of that, but I think really that's when the sibling thing comes in for me.
Right.
So I never went to a school where my older brother wasn't already there and had been there for 2 years.
Okay.
So I immediately felt relaxed. I wasn't going to get bullied by the older kids. You could sort of get away with being cheeky and not get beaten up for it.
Yeah.
So I think a huge amount of it came from being that younger sibling, like the protection of an older brother and naturally being a show-off, because younger siblings can be clowns, whereas older siblings, I think, feel this, like maybe it gets put on them that they have to look after their younger sibling when they're maybe too young to be given that responsibility. So they grow up, my experience is that my brother probably grew up faster than I did.
Yeah. I mean, that's playing out every day in my house at the moment. Exactly that. Yeah. So
George is old beyond his years.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. He's the king of the house. He wants to control everybody else, whereas Fred is the jester, and he's just running around naked, probably a bit like you were, just being the class clown. And we all find it funny, but George finds it really, really hard to relax around that because of this hierarchy that's just even set up before they're even born, isn't there? This kind of setup where we have these roles within a family. It's quite weird. It is something to do with that. I think I was very confident for the same reasons.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, what were you like at that age? Were you a class clown?
Yeah, well, I was hugely confident as a child. And I wonder what happened to me somewhere along the line. We're going to get into that a little bit. But an example of my confidence at school was when I got a detention one year. I took it off the teacher, marched straight to the headmistress's office and said, "What's this? You know, I'm not putting up with this." And she said it was the first time anyone had ever been to her office and complained about it was a pink slip in those days.
Did you get let off the detention?
Yeah, she said, I'm so impressed with you coming in here and banging on the door and like starting a riot that I'm just going to let you off. I think it's incredible.
That's awesome.
So I just used to kind of march around. I was really, really confident. I was funny. I was good at school. I had loads of friends. I don't know where it all went wrong, quite honestly, Hamish.
You are still funny and have lots of friends.
But there was a stage where I was using alcohol to boost my confidence, which I'm going to get into. Yeah. But my family were all opinionated and loud, so therefore I had to join that in. I had to join in with that. I knew I could make others smile, which is a good secret weapon when you're at school, and I used that a lot in class. So that's always something good to have as a kid, is to be able to make your mates giggle in the back of the classroom, and I could do that. I could read and perform in front of people. I used to do poetry and I used to love reading. I used to be good at languages. I know I'm bigging myself up here, but don't worry. It's going to go horribly wrong in a second.
I'll tear myself down in 5 minutes.
Don't worry. I'm making myself sound amazing. But I was in all the school teams. I was in, tennis. And although you were better than tennis than me, I think, weren't you? Weren't you played at Wimbledon? Yeah.
Okay, I
That's
may
a load
have
of
lied
bullshit.
about
That is
playing at
bullshit.
Wimbledon once.
Hamish didn't play at Wimbledon. He played in Wimbledon,
Yes.
but not actually at Wimbledon. Yeah. I was very streetwise, a bit cocky, and I was outgoing. I said what I thought, and I never, ever really questioned myself. But then came a time where two of my best friends, I talk about it a lot, turned their backs on me. And it was the first time I ever lost my confidence. I was like, I'm a really normal person, so why has this happened to me? And I got a massive knock to my confidence that day. And I never saw those two friends again. It was all like really upsetting for me, but I sort of shoved it under the carpet. I swept it away thinking, oh, well, that's happened to me, but I'm going to be okay now. But actually, that's when I started to use alcohol to try and boost that confidence again, which is interesting.
Think that was the first time your confidence really took a smash?
Well, I talk about it in my book a bit, don't I? There was a haircut very early on when I was about 5 where my mum gave me this terrible bowl cut, and I remember looking in the mirror and feeling for the first time like, I'm not sure I like myself as much as I did. And I think there's just a few little taps on the shoulder going throughout life. It happens to everybody. It's like you can come into this life and be the most confident person ever. And then there's a few little taps on your shoulder of people going, oh, well, maybe you're not pretty enough, or maybe you're a little bit too fat, or maybe you should be doing things a bit better. And these things happen naturally throughout all of our lives, where it's just like somebody bringing you down occasionally, especially with social media. They're like massive taps on the back, like comparing lives and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I think it's a natural process in life that you start to get knocked down as you grow. But it's a shame. It's a shame that happens. Why can't those knocks be, you're good enough, you're all right, you're worthy? It doesn't happen until you're after 40 that you realise those things are important, and probably after we've drank our lives away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, the real confidence knocks would come around women. I was never, oh no, to this day I am pretty good now. But at the time I was never good around women. And I would blame my brother.
Yeah.
So I would say, look, I grew up with a brother. My mum only has brothers. I'm always around men, and my mum is like another man, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's what I said then. Like, I don't know how girls think, so I don't know how to
Right.
speak to them.
Yes.
So I would only feel comfortable speaking to a girl if I was in a group.
Yeah.
So 3 boys and 3 girls, and I was okay. But one-on-one, like, no idea. I think to this day, I'm not sure if I've ever been on like a traditional date.
Yeah.
Like a one-on-one dinner conversation.
You're more of a one-night stand kind
I'm
of
more
guy.
of a, just get in, get out.
You wish. I think our families are so different, Hamish, aren't they? Because you've grown up with a brother. I grew up with like 2 sisters and a brother. I do think it makes a difference. And I think it makes a difference how many brothers and sisters you have as well. Like my family were all really gregarious and brash. And I loved being part of it. Their ability to control a room full of revellers always made me really proud. And of course, I just wanted to join in with that. I liked that they could tell good jokes or tell a speech at a wedding without questioning themselves. They didn't bat an eyelid when they did that. It was pretty impressive. It was actually really inspiring. I guess I've always been around confident people, and that influenced me more than I realised growing up.
So why do you think you get nervous now? What's the root of that?
I think it's just been that thing of the not knowing who I am for 25 years and using alcohol to top up my personality. I decided that alcohol would help my confidence, and that was that. It's a shame, really, because really only now in the last few weeks have I realised I never needed it.
I'm surprised you say you decided it. I think we discover that alcohol brings us confidence
Yeah.
rather than decide. I think suddenly,
Yes.
like, oh, I'm just the life of the party when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Rather than going, okay, here's a tool that I can use to always be fun.
I think I did make that choice.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think that thing happened to me at school, and I think I made a choice in that moment. I thought, I've lost my confidence and I need something else. And it wasn't that I wanted it to top up my confidence. I think I wanted it to numb out the fact that I was sad, but I thought that was me sort of fitting in. It's a really strange concept, isn't it? To use something to numb out that you think is actually making you more confident. Because I was probably more confident for that first drink, but then looking back, I was actually just numbing out a sadness and drinking too much. So we say it tops up our confidence, but for how long? How long do we feel confident for really when we're drinking? It's so interesting. I actually realise now that I don't think I ever needed to drink. I thought I did, and I did it because everyone else did. But then I just carried on and presumed that it was alcohol giving me confidence. I thought it was the booze, when in fact I was always really self-assured. All of my emotions and personality traits became so immersed in booze that by the time 25 years later that I popped out the other end, I didn't really know who I was, and I had to rebuild the person that came before booze.
So what's that like, sort of relearning to be confident?
Well, I think it's still taking me a massive amount of time. I think if you had said to me, before I'd started drinking, Vic, go up on the stage and do a speech, I wouldn't have thought twice about it. And I think getting drunk for 25 years and then getting sober for the past 6, it's like I took part of myself away that I now have to relearn. It's a real shame that I have to go on this whole other journey. I've had to learn how to be confident again. There are other factors too in this confidence game, Haim. Ageing is one, body shape, tall poppy syndrome, which is a massive Australian thing. People find they're always comparing themselves to one another and don't feel like they're able to share their wins, which is a real shame. And feeling like an imposter. Like sometimes I feel like, well, I'm just a mum from Queensland. Why am I sitting in a studio now? Why do I, go on TV or talk or do anything that I do? I'm just a mum. Like I talk myself down. I think that's a massive issue. Perimenopause doesn't help. Libido doesn't help. There's all these other factors that are kicking us in the gonads going, you're allowed to be confident, but now you're not. It's really confusing for a woman, especially, I think. Also, I've aged and had children. It seems that there is more to worry about, and I choose to put myself out there a bit more nowadays. So, of course, my job is telling my sobriety story, and that can make me feel vulnerable and judged. So they're all things that relate to me losing confidence in my day-to-day life.
Take control of the numbers and supercharge your small business with Xero. That's Xero. With our easy-to-use accounting software with automation and reporting features, you'll spend less time on manual tasks and more time understanding how your business is doing. 87% of surveyed U.S. customers agree Xero helps improve financial visibility. Search Xero with an X or visit Xero.com/ACAST to start your 30-day free trial. Conditions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's the final days of our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Yeah. What about you, Hamish? Has your confidence ever taken a hit?
Yeah, I think the biggest hit it ever took was going through a breakup.
Okay, yeah.
Because a breakup is such a clear, I don't want to be with you anymore. Like it's such a personal rejection.
Yeah.
And I think with it inevitably comes feelings of not feeling like you're enough.
Yeah.
Or what was it about me that didn't fit with you? And it's bloody awful. Like, I was miserable every day, all day for months. Yeah. And then I booked a flight to Australia and my life changed because I met Liz on my first day here.
Yeah.
But that was definitely the biggest period of my life where I've had to be introspective and look at what was it about me that wasn't enough.
And actually, it's difficult, but actually you know now that it probably wasn't about you.
It was just two people that weren't meant to be together.
Yeah.
But it takes a long time to process that.
Yeah.
Go, actually, you know what? There was no hard feelings. It's just she saw sooner what it took me a long time to see, which is that we're not meant to be together.
Yes.
And at the time, if you don't see it, you're struggling and you're questioning
Yeah.
it and you go, no, this can't be right. And I remember going like, I hope you're right, because if you're not, how miserable is my life going to be?
Yeah.
But I think it's a huge hit, and anyone that's had a heartbroken will be able to feel what I'm describing. And weirdly, I think a relationship knock, for some reason in my life, hurt a lot more than career knocks. So I went to this beautiful drama school called the École Philippe Gaulier, just outside Paris, and he is known for put downs. So you go on stage and you try and exercise, and he gives you about 3 seconds, and if you're not immediately funny, he hits his drum and he goes, "We fucking hate Victoria. If you come to my house, I put you in a bath with piranhas and chlorophoric acid and I burn you."
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
because if
really?
you come home with my daughter, I shoot you and then I shoot my daughter.
Oh my
So
God.
like the
He's
put
a
downs,
classic.
amazing. For some reason, I think what he's doing is effectively preparing you for
Yeah.
a life in drama, where
Yeah.
99, or for me, like 99.9% of auditions that you go to, you're not going to get.
Right.
And for some reason, I can take those hits
Right.
better than a personal hit like a breakup.
Okay.
So I think your confidence is sort of, it's too easy to go, confidence is one thing. I think your confidence in different areas of your life is more stubborn than perhaps others.
Yeah.
I also think that there is a difference between being confident socially and being confident generally in your life.
Okay.
So I went to a kids' party yesterday, and usually I feel confident. And yesterday, going to a kids' party, I only knew the birthday girl and her parents. I didn't feel confident. And there are days when I sort of slightly hide behind Liz, or maybe I chase Sunny a bit more to avoid having to have conversations with other parents.
Yeah.
So there are days when I don't feel confident socially, but I feel confident in lots of other aspects of my life.
I often feel confident when I feel like I want to impress someone. Like if it's someone that I really like, I'm overconfident because I'm like, well, I'm going to put the effort in here.
Yeah.
But if it's someone that I know is dull and I have no interest in, like someone at a kids party, I lose my confidence because I guess my confidence comes when I need it to sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can sort of fake it.
I sort of can
Yeah.
fake like, oh, I'm interesting and I'm interested in you and I want someone to like me. It definitely comes down, confidence and people pleasing are a little bit kind of flow into one another for me, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, if someone's dull, my confidence just switches off because I can't be bothered to put on the show. And I'm like, well, I don't really care what you think about me anyway, so I will hide behind someone and not be my normal self. So I do think maybe we can play on our confidence a little bit as well. Whereas for you and me, we're probably quite extrovert compared to a lot of people. And that's what I mean by not liking being around shy people a lot, because I find I dumb myself down a lot sometimes. I want to be loud and gregarious and say what I want, but when I'm with a group of people, at a kids' party specifically, I do dumb myself down because I think I don't want people to think I'm weird or annoying. So it's all really subconscious,
But
isn't
also,
it?
my one was at a brewery, so everyone was
All right.
drinking, and I was the only sober person.
A kids'
so it was
party at a
multiplied.
brewery?
Yeah, 3-year-old.
That is brilliant. Well, but not for a sober person, of course. I have to ask, Hamish, I know you find it a bit odd that I get nervous about things because I'm always going on about it. What do you really think about it?
Okay.
I'm putting you on the spot
You
here.
are, but I think that's fair. I don't think that it's odd that you get nervous. I don't think it's odd that anyone gets nervous. I think it maybe just serves as a reminder that I'm slightly unusual and that I don't experience too many nerves.
Yep.
I think it's probably because I'm just overly passive. I think you look at it as like, Hame's just confident, doesn't get nervous. I think I'm just quite a passive guy. My
Right.
nickname for a while was Passive Hame.
Yeah.
My dad is passive, just never really too up or down because
Yeah.
things sort of wash over.
Yeah.
The thing that I find unusual about your nerves, if you want my truth on it,
Yes, I do.
is that I've known you for 3 years,
Yeah.
and I've only see you be confident on stage, in podcasts, interviewing people or being interviewed by people. All the evidence I've got of you doing the thing that makes you nervous is positive evidence of you doing it well. So the feeling of you being continuously nervous about doing these things again, to me, seems illogical. So I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like you do this. I've seen you give so many speeches and so many live shows and so many podcasts, and you always kill it. So I'm like, why is the nervous voice in your head louder than the wealth of evidence that you have built up over the last 3 years that I've known you, and probably long before that? Like, why is it so loud, that voice?
I think it's because I'm so aware of trying to be humble.
Okay,
Does
it's
that
this tall
sound
poppy
weird?
syndrome.
It is, yeah. I don't want to come across as overconfident. It's that thing of dumbing myself down again. I recently, I don't know whether I told you about this, I went to see Trent Dalton speak. I think I did mention it on another podcast.
Yes.
And he just got on the stage and he owned it. And he was like, isn't this brilliant? I'm here and you're reading my book and I love it. And I was sitting there going, oh my God, this is what I want to see. I don't want to go somewhere and see someone get on a stage and be nervous. Nobody wants to go to a show and watch someone on a stage not owning it. And I find that I'm doing that a little bit, and I need to take a bit of your confidence and Trent Dalton's confidence and just own what I'm doing, which people would deny that when they see me and they go, oh, you were amazing. You didn't look nervous at all. I am literally dying inside when we do our live shows. I get so nervous before it. When we kick off, I'm like, okay, this is all right. I get into the flow. And once I realise everybody looks happy, if I can see in the audience everyone's smiling, I start to relax. But the weeks before and even the weeks after, even when we interviewed Fatboy Slim and Lee Mack, I don't feel, I know what it is.
Go on.
It's like a therapy
You're
session,
talking
isn't it?
yourself into it. Go on.
I feel like I don't feel worthy. I think that's what it comes down to, and that's a confidence issue.
Yeah.
I don't feel worthy of those people sitting there and smiling at me and absorbing what I'm saying, because I feel like sometimes I'm winging it. I'm winging what I'm saying even now. It may come across as confident, but also it's not. It's me just blabbering on and hoping that for the best that people like what I'm saying. And I think we'd all do that a lot, but I'm just very conscious of it because I have to listen back to our podcast and I have to watch the show and I have to know that there are people that they want to hear what I have to say. And I hope that what I have to say is good enough. So it's definitely about self-worth. Yeah, it's weird. The good news is, though, Hamish, I am aware of this trait.
All too aware, I would
All
say.
too aware, yes. I think about it too much, probably. I'm almost talking myself into it, aren't I? I'm definitely holding back in some areas of my life. It turns out that this one thing can have a much bigger impact on us humans and on how we progress, actually. It can affect how people feel about themselves and their abilities. It can also affect how individuals make decisions and live their lives. It's quite full on.
Low self-esteem and a lack of confidence can negatively affect people's relationships, work or studies. Without interventions, it may also have a negative impact on their mental and physical health.
Yeah, it definitely has an impact on my mental health. It got me wondering, Hamish, why does alcohol seem to give us confidence? What is it actually doing? I know you've got a little wank pamphlet over there about dopamine, so take it away.
Wank pamphlet, real nice. Let me just unstick the pages here. So alcohol activates the brain's reward system, triggering the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with euphoria, motivation and pleasure. These positive emotions contribute to an elevated sense of confidence coupled with alcohol's stress-relieving properties.
I think we're talking there about 1 or 2 drinks, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think after 3 drinks, that is completely ripped away from you,
Well, then
that
the dopamine
feeling.
starts to come
The
back
deficit,
down until it's
yeah.
below your resting
Yeah,
average.
so it dips. So then you're having the next drink and the next drink to try and
Chase
get it back up there, and then you're in a blackout, so you don't experience the dopamine hit anyway. Geez, right. I wonder if confidence is one of the reasons people start drinking. I know it was for Lucy, who used to present this podcast. It's why they carry on. It's why it's so hard to stop, and it's actually why people relapse, especially if you have a tendency to be a bit shy. Booze seems to knock introversion on the noggin, and you probably go from hiding in the lav to the life and soul of the party. Alcohol gives a false sense of confidence, which for many people is addictive in itself.
Of course it is. Alcohol can feel like liquid confidence. It cancels self-awareness. The question is then, if you don't have self-confidence, how are you ever going to survive being sober?
Right.
Even though it's hard, going sober is a lesson on confidence building. Wouldn't you agree, Vic?
I definitely agree. I never realised until recently when someone asked, what has been the most important thing about going sober for you? And I knew right away it was owning it, being confident about who I am without alcohol. We often say that, don't we, Haim, about knowing who you were before alcohol and who comes after it. Yep, so being able to socialise with a strong sense of self and knowing that I'm doing the right thing, it comes back to our core values again, doesn't it? Has your sobriety helped your confidence at all, Hamish, do you think?
I actually think yes and no. I think it has, in that I've been to a load of events like weddings and gigs and raves and public speaking events, all of those while sober, which I've sort of proved that I can do it sober.
Yeah.
Where it hasn't, in that whereas before when I was drinking and going to events, I had 100% hit ratio of feeling confident at events.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm probably sitting at like a 70 or 80% depending on the day.
Yeah.
Which I think maybe is actually just more what normal life is like.
Yes.
There are days when you just don't feel confident in a social scenario. So before I was blind to that, whereas
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh, actually, there are days when I'm not fantastic at a party. So I think that can bring with it maybe like a knock to your confidence in a way. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have this crutch that like, well, I can just drink this and I'll be amazing at every party.
It's because of clarity, I think, isn't it? It's because your emotions are real and raw. There's nothing to numb them out. So you're feeling everything. So you're more conscious whether you're feeling sad or happy or anywhere in between because you're sober.
Yeah. So I guess my confidence now is more authentic. It's like stronger confidence when
Yes.
I am strong, when I am feeling it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Let's take a moment and focus on why you might feel less confident if you are newly sober.
Yeah.
Why do you think, Vic?
Well, it's so new, confronting and raw, and you feel exposed. Like
100%.
everybody, it's like your skin's been ripped off, isn't it? It's like Silence of the Lambs.
Going sober is like Silence of the Lambs. There's a little quote. That'll be our trailer for this episode. How to not convince people to go sober. Remember that film that terrified you as a child? Yeah, it's exactly what it's like.
You don't know who you are socially anymore. I mean, that was the biggest thing I discovered about myself, was that I actually didn't know who I was when I quit booze.
Yeah.
I had to find out who that social person was. And it was very, very, very difficult. You are conscious of everything. We often talk about that bright light. You feel totally raw and exposed, and you may feel judged because of that. And also, you're going to be the odd one out, aren't you?
Well, that's a big one.
That's a huge one.
If you're the odd one out, it's hard to feel confident when you are the odd one out. You're not part of the tribe. You're not part
Totally.
of the pack. You're not doing all the like slightly tipsy gags that are funny when you're drunk and not when you're sober. So it's hard to be like loud and proud in yourself when you're not in the gang.
It reminds me of the rejection from the tribe episode that we did with Dave Watson. It's like you, by becoming sober in itself, that one thing, you are sort of rejecting yourself, excommunicating yourself from the tribe. So therefore you're sort of in a lane by yourself, which of course is going to be a massive knock to your confidence, isn't it?
Of course.
There are no outs, no escapes from yourself or your thoughts, exactly what you said, Haim. And you thought alcohol gave you confidence, and now that it's gone, you feel like you'll never ever get it back.
That is a huge worry for lots of newly sober people.
So it's interesting, Haim, isn't it, that it is early stages of sobriety. It is about finding confidence again, searching for that confidence that you perhaps had as a child, or the confidence that you numbed out.
It's confronting. Like, that is what the first month or 2 months or the first social event you go to as a sober person, you've got to confront, oh my God, can I do this? Can I be confident? Can I be at a party without alcohol? Because most of us have not done it since we went to kids' parties when we were like 12.
Yeah, at a brewery.
Yeah, at a brewery, my 3-year-old. I know we've both experienced a shift in our confidence the longer we've gone sober. How have you found sobrieties help you with your confidence?
Well, it's that stepping stone that we talk about. Each step has helped me grow as a person. It all sounds very cheesy and woo-woo, and we had ice baths yesterday, didn't we, Hamish?
Did
you see
on your birthday?
On my birthday, did you see the note that somebody wrote underneath?
What?
Have you gone woo-woo now, Vic?
Yes.
Yeah. Michelle
I've
French.
got you over.
Yeah, she was like disappointed in me because she says I'm so unspiritual. She's like, oh God, you're not going to the spiritual dark side, are you?
Spent her birthday doing ice baths with me. I love it.
I did the post that was like, I've been drawn in. I've been drawn into Hamish's world. This is the sort of shit you do on your birthday when you're sober. No champagne.
I had a few people going, Haim, shit gift. I did also get her flowers. I didn't just make her come to my house and suffer for 3 minutes.
It wasn't
and
a
then leave.
shit. It wasn't a shit gift. It was awesome.
It was an experience.
Yeah, it was fun. Yep. So the big thing we talk about is this stepping stone. Sobriety is a stepping stone. You don't just do one step, do you, and then give up because you don't learn anything. You have to keep going. And that's why it's that famous AA saying, like, one day at a time, one step at a time. And one of those steps is going out and building up the confidence, building that wall, one brick at a time. You go out for 10 minutes the first time, you go out for 20 minutes the second time, you go out for 30 minutes, and each time you stay out longer. And also you learn to say no and go home. That takes confidence. Having boundaries takes confidence. So using a stepping stone in your brain and you stepping onto each one as time goes on is you building your sobriety confidence.
Do you think shy people are more prone to alcoholism as a result of that?
Interestingly, I had a look at this. Shyness can also be, funnily enough, described as sad. But I don't mean that in like an offensive way, like you're sad because you're shy. Although...
You're going to get cancelled.
Yeah, I'm going to get cancelled. I love shy people, don't worry. SAD stands for social anxiety disorder.
Alcohol and social anxiety disorder are often connected. The rate at which social anxiety disorder and alcohol use disorders co-occur is extremely high. as those suffering from the disorder frequently turn to alcohol as a means of symptom relief.
Okay, interesting.
So tragically, addiction to alcohol and social anxiety disorder are a very common pair. And we've seen that for sure, people hiding their shyness by being the drunkest person at the party.
Yeah.
Research has shown that alcohol use disorders frequently co-occur with anxiety disorders, as alcohol is often used as a coping mechanism to alleviate social fears.
Okay.
About 20% of social anxiety disorder patients also suffer from alcohol abuse or dependence, and recent studies have revealed that these numbers are only increasing.
So there you go. It's actually a fact that 20% of people who are shy are more likely to use alcohol. I mean, Lucy was a perfect example of that. So she was shy as a teenager. She started using alcohol for 25 years, same amount of time that I did. And then she stopped and she rediscovered that she was shy, which is why she stayed in so much in her early sobriety. So it's interesting. It actually doesn't take it away. It just hides the shyness under a layer of booze. Yeah.
Also, shy people drink to become okay socially. You and I, who are like pretty extrovert, drunk to be the most extrovert person at the party.
Totally.
And then at the other end of the scale, people who are like operating way up here will drink to numb themselves down a bit.
Yeah, I can totally get it. Imagine being really, really shy, and then suddenly it's like a magic liquid, isn't it? It's like somebody pouring something magic potion over you. You go from this shy person to standing on a bar, you know, doing whatever, doing a crazy dance in front of a room full of people. Like, that's how strong that drug is. I mean, if you look at it like that, that's how strong alcohol is. It can completely change your personality and turn you from somebody who has no confidence at all to somebody who's dancing on a bar 5 minutes later.
Absolutely.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it? So yes, shy people do lean on alcohol as a way to help themselves overcome social anxiety. So this is all very well and good, but how do people find their confidence, Hamish? I know this isn't an easy fix. I have therapy about it, for example. But what do you do?
I've tried to start doing the things that make me scared.
Okay,
I
great.
think we sort of talk about getting out of your comfort zone. It's very similar to that. I think, but that's the only way to begin building that stack of evidence that you need to level up, to go, okay, I can actually do this.
I love this term levelling up.
We're into this term levelling up. It's very easy to sit at home and not drink and not go out and go, cool, I'm just going to take each day as it comes and I'm going to knuckle down. And for lots of people, you might need to do that in the early stages, but you're never going to build your confidence back up unless you do things that make you scared and fail a few times.
Yeah, totally.
Go to 10 events and be rubbish at 3 of them and then be okay at 5 of them and then be great at a couple and go, okay, I can do it. I've got the evidence that I can do it twice.
But this is you because you go into everything with that level of confidence. That's what you do. But what could somebody who's really, really shy do? Like, what would be the stepping stones?
Well, I think you're going to do what I'm doing, but on a much smaller, what am I trying to say?
Pebbles rather than stepping stones.
There we go.
Yes.
Little sand pebbles.
Sand pebbles,
so
yes.
go out for a coffee with one person.
Yes, okay.
And go, you know what, during that interaction, why don't you rate yourself? Go, during that coffee, I was quite fun. I told stories, I asked questions, the conversation really rolled.
Right.
And then go, okay, cool, can I do it in a group of women or a group of men? Go 5 of us or 6 of us.
Yeah.
Before you start going, okay, I'm going to go and have a full-blown night out. You might never get to that full-blown night out stage, which is totally fine. But I guess take small steps and then every now and then don't get comfortable taking the small steps and go, bugger it, I'm going to go into the deep end just for once.
Yeah.
And if it's rubbish, the good thing about social events, you can leave.
Yeah.
Particularly if you drive yourself there. If you go and, you know what, I'm not ready for this. There's 100 people here and it's a drinks party and I'm surrounded by booze and I feel awkward. I'm standing by myself. Just leave. Go, okay, that night it didn't work.
So almost draw it down to your level. So push yourself no matter who you are or how you're feeling. You might not be like Hamish. You might be somebody who really is desperate to stay at home and can't imagine even facing one person. It's about whatever level you're at or wherever your confidence lies, is to just try and push yourself out that door a little bit. Put your toe in the water and sort of feel the temperature. And even if it's cold, like it was those ice baths, push yourself beyond it.
And then the other thing I like to do is mirroring people. So, you know, who in your life is amazingly confident that you love to emulate and what are they doing?
Yeah.
Mirror them. How are they standing at a party? Who are they talking to?
Okay.
What stories are they telling? What's their voice doing? You know, can you in any way take parts of them and copy it?
Did you watch the Live Aid thing the other day, the best night in pop?
Oh, brilliant.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
So mirroring is exactly what Bob Dylan did to Stevie Wonder on that night.
Right.
Did you see? He was really nervous, Bob Dylan.
Yes.
He was completely out of his comfort zone. They were recording We Are the World. Watch it. It's on Netflix. It's brilliant. and it's all the most famous singers in the world, where you would think you would have the most confident people there. But you could see some of them were struggling because they're there with the best. Yeah. And Bruce Springsteen, but I'm not going to go into it right now, but Bruce Springsteen is my new idol. But that's exactly what Bob Dylan did. The guy, Quincy Jones, said, mirror Stevie Wonder. Go and talk to him for 5 minutes. He mirrored him. He didn't know what to do. He looked completely out of his depth. And he came and gave this incredible performance that was better than anybody else there. And proper Dylan, wasn't it? Yeah. Brilliant programme, watch it. And that's about mirroring. It's exactly that, just stepping into somebody else's shoes for a moment and learning from them. It's fantastic.
What do you do? What are your tricks to build your confidence back up?
I turn into you. I think, what would Hamish do? And sometimes I think, what would my husband do? He's so laid back that he can just step into any situation and not feel the need to appease everybody. So that gives him confidence because he doesn't care. He doesn't care what people think about him. And mirroring that is really, really helpful to me. And he doesn't really slag anyone off.
Yeah, he's pretty perfect, John.
He is pretty perfect. I hate him. I often use that $1 million mindset thing. I breathe. I sometimes practice what I'm going to say. I rehearse like we do for our shows. That gives me confidence. Yeah. If we get it down pat in a rehearsal, I'm like, okay, we've got it now, Haim. Like, we can step on stage and I feel like I know what I'm saying. It's like learning a poem, learning a script. It's like anything. Practice makes perfect. So really, I think that's what we're talking about here in confidence, really. If you're relearning confidence, you have to practice to make it perfect. Yeah. Here are some other useful tips to improve self-esteem and confidence.
Challenge unkind thoughts and replace them with positive self-talk, as though speaking with a loved one.
Okay, that's so true. You can imagine you're talking to me. All of you, imagine you're talking to me and Hamish. Yeah. Avoid comparison. Oh, that's hard to do nowadays.
So hard.
And consider avoiding media or social media accounts. They may lead to negative thoughts.
Yes. Practice self-care, sleep well, exercise. We can't bang on about those enough.
No. Spend time with people that feel positive to be around. I always feel more nervous around nervous people, as I said. That is a big one for me. As soon as I'm around a group of really creative, out there people, I feel like, oh, okay, these are my people. I found my space. Yeah, but then I sound like a wanker because then, I'm just conscious of myself.
No, I don't think you sound like a wanker saying that.
Yeah, but it makes me feel more creative when I'm around creative people.
Yeah, I think everyone feels that. Okay. I think you're not being a wanker.
Okay, good.
Biggest compliment I'll give you this episode.
Yes, thank
you. Practice being assertive, which may mean saying yes. It may also mean saying no. Set those boundaries. I'm terrible at that.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I'm useless at within my confidence world, saying no. Creating boundaries.
You need to do a podcast, Hamish's Confidence World. You could be like a speaker. You're a bit like, who's that kind of culty guy?
Nelson Mandela.
Not Nelson. You're nothing like Nelson Mandela. No.
Barack Obama.
No.
Brad Pitt.
The culty guy. The one that everyone
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. You could be the new Tony Robbins.
Great.
The lanky version. The lanky, unfit, unattractive version.
Toad,
with the
Tony
funny
Robbins.
toes. Yeah. Get off the stage, big toe. So do you feel a bit more confident now, Hamish, after we've had this chat?
Well, now that I know that you feel numb and a little bit dead inside around me, I'm not sure if I am feeling completely full of confidence despite the Tony Robbins comparison.
Yeah.
I actually feel afraid and slightly aroused, which is my usual state.
Yes, yeah. You're like that generally. Yeah. You're generalistly aroused and slightly afraid.
That's my neutral gear. That's why I have to cross my legs like this. It's just a slightly hard little chubby I've got inside.
I'm crossing my legs just because I've laughed and wet myself. I'm hoping to soak up the damp patch. Anyway, our message here is that if you're feeling unconfident in sobriety, it might be time to do some work and seek out what sits deep under that layer of fear, because it is a little bit about fear confidence, isn't it? Get out there, own what you are achieving, because if you are sober in this booze-drenched world, you deserve a fucking medal, basically, don't you, Haim?
Of course.
You are a sober superhero and you deserve to feel confident with who you are and the amazing life choice that you have made. Just remember that.
I think it's important to remember that confidence can come and go. You're not going to lose your confidence forever just because you've gone sober. And if you do believe that, that will lead you to a relapse. Confidence comes and goes. You can build it back up from the ground. Don't be too hard on yourself also. This is important to remember.
Yeah.
If you're having a day where you don't want to leave the house and you want to sit by yourself and you're feeling very aware of your sobriety, you just want to watch TV by yourself all day, that's fine.
Yeah.
Those days happen. Vic and I still have those days.
Yep.
So don't be too hard on yourself.
And if you like, I can put the photograph of my mum's toes online, because that could keep a few people entertained, couldn't it?
That's what I do when I'm home alone.
Yeah, that's what Hamish does
I
every
blow
night.
it up. Got it on my big screen.
Ugh. Well, what about a quote, Hamish? Got
Yeah.
anything to say here?
Go on, a couple of quotes.
Okay. Believe you can and you're halfway there. I know we sound very guru-y today, don't we, Hamish, a little bit? But we're trying to build you up. We were trying to build you up here, aren't we? And say, look, sobriety is about confidence. Believe you can. Because sitting there believing you can't is going to be a bloody waste of time, isn't it?
True. That one was Roosevelt. I like when we quote people who are really intelligent.
Yeah.
It does bring us up a bit.
It does.
Don't waste your energy trying to change opinions. Do your thing and don't care if they like it.
Tina Fey.
That's slightly more
Roosevelt, Tina Fey. I'm not sure where we go. Oh, here we go. Tear off the mask. Your face is glorious. Roomy.
As in your roommate.
Yeah, no.
And we always like to end with a disappointing affirmation.
Go on.
I am exactly where I want to be. At home, avoiding people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's generally where I want to be. I think this confidence thing is about pushing yourself. Like sometimes I have to push myself to go out in this sober life and I make the effort, which is why my sobriety is successful. Some people decide to stay in forever. It doesn't work. And I know you feel like doing that out there. You feel like hiding away because everybody's drinking. But once you step into a social situation, own it. Like I did last night. I went out for dinner with all of my mates. It was my birthday and I had a lovely evening because I step into that environment knowing it's going to be okay now. And that's taken me 6 years to do. I can go into social environments, whether people are drinking or not, and know I'm going to enjoy myself because I'm there for the mates, for the music, for the food. I'm not there for the booze anymore. And we always talk about booze getting too much credit for a night out, Hamish. For me, booze gets no credit anymore because I don't drink it. What gets credit are the people that I'm with and the love that I feel and the warmth of the room and all these lovely things. So knowing that those things are still there, that they're never going to go away, it's about choosing when and where you go and who with. And then you will have confidence because there's nothing to question then, is there? The problem is with this confidence thing is we're questioning our environments and we're questioning, can we be a normal person without alcohol? And what we're telling you today is that you can. And it takes practice and it might not be perfect every time, but you can. And with it, you will just grow your confidence every time you go out.
Vic.
What the fuck?
Well spoken.
Thanks. It's actually when I come off script, Hamish, is when I'm like the sober guru, aren't I?
You're like a walking TED Talk.
I am.
Look, we said at the beginning that we would be more confident by the end of the episode. You just delivered. That's it. Mic drop. Well done. I wish you were a little bit less confident because I find you a little bit too much.
Oh, no. Duh, the dagger to my heart. I'm going to walk out here trembling now. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Take control of the numbers and supercharge your small business with Xero. That's Xero. With our easy-to-use accounting software with automation and reporting features, you'll spend less time on manual tasks and more time understanding how your business is doing. 87% of surveyed U.S. customers agree Xero helps improve financial visibility. Search Xero with an X or visit Xero.com/ACAST to start your 30-day free trial. Conditions apply.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to entertain my kids without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids started using it right away and haven't stopped since. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more at no screens or ads. Now through December 1st, Yoto is having its biggest sale of the year. Check out yotoplay.com.
Hannah Burner, are those the cozy Tommy John pajamas you're buying?
Paige DeSorbo, they are Tommy John. And yes, I'm stocking up because they make the best holiday gifts.
So generous.
Well, I'm a generous girly, especially when it comes to me. So I'm grabbing the softest sleepwear, comfiest underwear, and best fitting loungewear.
So nothing for your bestie.
Of course I'm getting my dad, Tommy John. Oh, and you, of course.
It's giving holiday gifting made easy.
Exactly. Cozy, comfy, everyone's happy. Don't wait. Shop Tommy John's biggest savings ever and get 50% off site-wide at TommyJohn.com/comfort.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.